Hello everyone, Namaste, welcome back to Astu Explores. I hope you are all doing well. आजको भिडियो चाहिँ अलिकति डिफ्रेन्ट छ because exactly 1 week ago I had the incredible opportunity to speak as a youth speaker at the multi-stakeholder conference on cryosphere change, river system and youth engagement in Nepal and the Asia Pacific region, which took place on 17th July 2026. It was truly an honor to be part of this conference where experts, policymakers, researchers, and young people came together to discuss one of the most urgent challenges of our time, that how cryosphere change is affecting our rivers, our communities, and our future. My talk especially focused on cryosphere change, water security, and lived realities. But instead of only presenting facts and statistics, I wanted to share something much more personal, my own field experience. Before I started speaking, I showed a 30-second kind of video to the audience. I wanted everyone to see the places and the people behind the stories, because it's not only about the melting glaciers or rising temperatures, it's equally about the real people whose lives are changing every single day. On April 22nd, 2025, I had the opportunity to visit the Himalayan community, that is Thame village, on the International Earth Day on an event named Submitter Summit, a dialogue for climate justice. I was involved as a researcher to document all these community experience, and their journey completely changed the way I understand climate change. Before visiting Thame, I had read about Glacier Lake outburst floods in reports and scientific articles, but seeing the aftermath with my own eyes was something entirely different. The flood had destroyed homes, damaged roads and bridges, and even washed away the village's only school. Standing there, it was difficult to imagine how people had managed to rebuild their lives after such a devastating disaster. But what touched me wasn't only the physical destruction, but it was also an emotional impact. Many community members shared that they still live with post-disaster trauma. Every heavy rainfall, every unusual sound from the mountains reminds them of that terrifying day. Losing homes and infrastructure is devastating, but living with constant fear is another challenge that often goes unnoticed. This year, in April 22nd, again I had the opportunity to go to the Khumsung village and ask them and to listen to their stories, and I again realized that it hasn't only affected landscapes, it has completely affected people's sense of security, their mental well-being, and their hopes for the future. At the same time, I also witnessed something incredibly inspiring. Despite everything they had gone through, the community wasn't waiting for someone else to solve their problems. They were adapting in ways that matched their local context. Their mini hydropower system had been destroyed by the flood, so many of the households had started using solar energy as an alternative source of electricity. For heating, people were using traditional fuel made from cow dung, which helps keep their home warm during the harsh Himalayan winters. It reminded me that adaptation isn't always about expensive technology. Sometimes it's about local knowledge, resilience, and making the best use of available resources. These experiences completely changed my perspective. Nowadays, I feel like climate change is often discussed through graphs, policies, and scientific reports. Those are important, but when you meet the people living on the front lines, you begin to understand the human side of the crisis. That was exactly the message I wanted to share during the conference. As a young and early career researcher, I and my friend alongside have a responsibility not only to raise awareness but also to listen. to listen to the communities, amplify their voices, and make sure their lived experiences are reflected in policies and climate action. Because the people who contribute the least to climate change are often the ones facing its greater impact, they should also be included in all of the solution making process. I also spoke about why adaptation strategies need to be a community led, whether it's restoring local livelihoods, investing in renewable energy, improving disaster preparedness, strengthening early warning systems, or supporting indigenous knowledge. These solutions become much stronger when local communities are at the center of decision making. These experiences to Thame and Gokyo reminded me that the climate justice is not about protecting glaciers but equally about protecting people. It's also about ensuring water security for future generation, and it's about making sure no community is left behind. At last, I felt incredibly grateful to have had the opportunity to represent my voices as a youth voice and share these lived realities with such a diverse audience. I hope conversations like these lead to meaningful action because communities in the Himalaya cannot wait any longer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope sharing this experience give you a better understanding of why climate action matters and why every voice, including yours and mine, has an important role to play. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Astu Explorers. Thank you.